Session, right?
Recording in progress.
Hi everyone, welcome to the session. So today we are going to discuss about the Zscaler deception, right? So it's a quite new technology, and we'll try to understand what is the key concept of the Zscaler deceptions and why it is going to be used, right? So before I start, let me explain something which is very important to understand about this concept, right? So you know that this Zscaler is quite popular in terms of the cyber security, right? So basically, it's covering the enterprise security, it's covering the cloud security. It means data is sitting anywhere, right? From your company point of view, even within the organization, outside the organizations, and when user are trying to access those data or servers which are storing the data in regard of the locations, they have concept of the 0 day like protections means your communication is always going to be secure. Nobody is going to be like understand what you're doing, and nobody is going to do any malicious stuff throughout all the communication, right? So this is something where all transitions is going to happen across the locations, like you are working from home, you're working from office, right? Anywhere, but still your data is going to be protected, your user is going to be protected, but still, you know, the cyber threats are becoming very challenging day by day, right? Cyber criminals are inventing new way to just understand your loopholes, and after understanding your loopholes they are probably going to do something. Even your network is very protected, means it protective, but still they are trying to come inside your network and do some malicious stuff, right? And be aware about it. Ransomware, right? It is the quite popular cyber attack, and it is going to see like in very common in every organizations, or might be globally. If you're going to compare, many of the organizations are very going to be proactive to protect from the ransomware attack, but still these ransomware attacks are going to enter inside of your network. They are probably going to attack your network. They are going to do some malicious stuff by using some new and very sophisticated method, where probably you are going to lose some data. You're going to lose something valuable resource for your company. Your reputation might be going to be down in the market, right? You are going to have the very huge financial loss, right? But how we are going to protect for new trending sophisticated attacks? So this Zscaler deception, basically it's quite popular nowadays, and by using Zscaler deception it is going to detect any eradicate compromise user and lateral movement. Means if any user are going to be compromised, the easiest target for any attack is just users. Why it is the users? Because they are going to send some phishing emails, right? It looks very natural, or I can say very original, right? When the email your any employee is going to receive, it's like the very usual email for me. And this is just it. Might be you have to click. Once you click on that email, it is going to be open in your browser, or might be some file is going to be open and it is going to be done. And then actual the virus or attackers what they want to inject in your system, that purpose is going to be solved. Once the moment you click, the sender who sent that email, his purpose is going to be solved, and they start entering your system. And after entering your system, probably they start looking around your system, what is inside your system. Most credentials are going to be the check. People are very habituated, right? Nowadays single sign-on is quite popular, so they start checking what credential you save. If you're not using the single sign-ons, right, two-factor authentication you are not using, and other stuff they are going to be checked. And from you they will understand your network activity, probably move to another computer, another switch, another router, another network devices, and lateral movement is start happening. So probably it is going to cover entire your network, right? So that's why ransomware and cyber attacks are common sites we encounter on the news. Because of this, even we have a lot of cyber protections. Unfortunately, by the time many companies learn about it, but they are too late. Why? Because they are having the system, but those systems are not capable. These attacks can have the huge impact on your company that is going to impact your revenue, your logistics, your reputations, right? And this is why Zscaler deceptions come in a picture. Zscaler deception is a simpler, more effective approach to target threat detections, right? So basically, it is going to understand any targeted threat deception is going to be happen, like any threat is going to be applied inside your network. That is going to be understand by the Zscaler deceptions. By understanding those targeted attacks, they are going to take protections. They are going to take action on it. So that's why Zscaler deception come in a picture, right? So how it is going to work? Let me explain a little bit about it. So it is official Zscaler deception like data sets. You guys can find it and you can learn about it. So you can see Zscaler deception is that like deception method based on the threat detecting platform, like delivered as a part of the Zscaler Zero Trust Exchange, right? So already we know that if you are familiar with the Zero Trust Exchange of the Zscaler, that means any communication is happening through the Zscaler that is having the zero trust. Zero trust means nobody is going to understand what is happening within the network. Nobody going to like do any kind of the uh, targeted stuff like malicious stuff on your network, right? On your communication, right? But it's still like we having a way, many intelligent sophisticated way has been founded by the cyber criminals, and they are going to bypass, they are going to find the loopholes, they are going to again come in your network, right? So organizations use the Zscaler deception to detect the compromised user, right? So by the help of this deception technology, they are going to find who is compromised user in my network. Stop any lateral movement means if any virus, any threats, any vulnerability, any attacks is just reach to one PC or any server, any device, they are helped to stop their lateral movement. How? There is a proper way to do that, right? And defend against the human operated ransomware attack as well. Hands on keyboard threats, supply chain attack, and malicious insider. Everything this Zscaler deception is going to help you. So if you are going to take this service, if you are going to inherit this like feature in your existing Zscaler platform, it is definitely going to give the huge advantage to save your company reputations, save your revenue, and also logistics. It is not something going to be like harm, right? So what the key challenges we have right now? Security challenges. So we are having a very frequent use cases where users are compromised, and after one user compromised, entire network has been compromised. Ransomware, advanced threats, that is like very sophisticated traditional defense approach really on signature of the malicious behavior detect the threats, but they are basically not detectable because they might be human operated threats such as the ransomware. Their signature might be not available in your systems. Either if you're using the firewall, if you're in a Zscaler, supply chain attack, nation state sponsored attack, right? So there are a lot of way, right? So basically to protect these kind of the challenges, we have to find something, and that is the actual Zscaler deception is going to help you. And you can see the lateral movement also. So modern network are extremely complex. We know that we're having a lot of versatile connectivity there. Many devices are connected to the another devices. Another devices are connected to the another type of devices. Also the cloud network we have. And we having a limited visibility. Once attacker compromise trusted identity, they leverage this lack of the visibility because you don't have the all visibility, all the complex network. and move laterally and find the high value targeted exploit, right? So attacker is going to be moved from one device to another device, and they are just going to damage your more networks. Attacker again going to be hidden in your network, right? For an average 280 days. This is like the market research. Even once they are in network, so average you can think about 280 days are going to stay in your network, and they can do whatever they can do. And probably after 280 days, you can find out what has been done in my network, and they can do the lot of lateral. It might be your all entire network has been captured in next 280 days if they are going to be at inside your network, right? So this lateral movement is something is of huge. Let's suppose I have the example. One of the company has the very huge data center in the US, right? And this huge data center having the huge customer base. You can just think about more than the um, many thousand users are that means customer are leveraging those data center services, because that was the like one of the key service hosting provider. I cannot take a name, but the ransomware attack happened in one server, and gradually they moved to the all server one by one, one by one, and entire data center has been compromised. Even not data center, even we having a DR also, DR also got compromised. So you can think about it. So once they are entering my network, that entire network is going to be compromised by one by one by one by one. They keep moving there, right? So this is something it's very critical for us, and due to this, it's a huge loss for the company. Entire database has been lost, entire customer contact has been lost, important documentation has been lost, because these servers have been locked, completely encrypted. And to decrypt, probably you have to do some negotiation with the hackers. Probably they will ask for the money. They have done to just destroy your reputations. They have taken some revenge. You don't know, right? Because crimes, these are the crimes, and crimes can be happening in a different format. It could be the personal, it could be the professional, or for the money, right? Criminals can do anything, right? So that's why the first victim is going to be compromised user. With credential being actively stolen using the phishing attack, I told in the very beginning of this lecture, they're going to do some phishing attack. They're going to send phishing email. That's the most common, right? That's why you see in many organizations they keep warning. If you're having any phishing email, you think this email is suspicious for me, just report us, right? After reporting, you can find out, like, means not you can find out, you report to the correct cybersecurity team, and they can basically try to find out what is the source of this phishing email, and then probably they do some algorithm where this phishing email can be blocked when they next time trying to target to our employees, right? Kids from the dark web, right? And identity compromise is a key challenge. Once attacker assume a trusted identity, they get some access to IT assets. IT assets could be your laptop, could be your PC, could be your servers, could be your firewalls, could be your any kind of the Wi-Fi devices, could be your routers, switch, anything, and they can make them compromised, right? So these are the key challenges, right? User compromise, then lateral movement is going to happen. The lateral movement is going to happen, entire network is going to be encrypted or might be locked. You cannot do anything. So these ransomware are quite very challenging nowadays. These kind of threats are very challenging. So how we can mitigate, right? So you can see the one of the quote from the Gartner, it is talking about enterprise use a deception platform. Enterprises use a deception platform to identify the ransomware attack during the initial access. This is the Gartner quote. Gartner is one of the like global organization who basically understand the technology. They evaluate the technology. They give their feedback about the technology, which is the best one, and they also rate them. So they are talking about enterprises use the deception platform to identify the ransomware attack during the initial access, which is quite early in the ransomware kill chain, right? The endpoint decoy, you must be note this point. This is a very powerful things in the Zscaler decoy, right? detect any ransomware attack such as attempt to encrypt the file and credential stealing across the different stage of the ransomware kill the chain, making it easier to prevent the endpoint against such attacks. So in long story short, what it means Gartner like suggesting to the every customer, right? If you're going to use the Zscaler deceptions, right? This is the one of the, you can think about a tool platform. By using these tools and platform of the Zscaler, if any attack even happen in network, let's suppose you very protective, right? But still, if something happen in your network, not only detect, not only detect means we having a three challenges, right? We having a challenges about this compromised user. So let's suppose I'm compromised. So what is the next step of this ransomware attacker? So if I am compromised, he will try to compromise my another colleague, then another colleague, right? How? Because they are going to understand my files, what credential I have there. You can see a lot of things by they are going to read here, compromise you with the credential being actively stolen using the phishing attack, dark web identify, the compromised key challenges, right? An attacker assume the trusted identity, they get the accounts. So basically, based on your settings of the computer devices, whatever the passwords you have set it, by using those concepts, they have a very high level, very sophisticated way to understand those kind of the understanding they have. And probably they will move to the next stage and they further go to the lateral movement. Means you done, let me move to the next. Then you, if he done, then let me move to the next, and they start gathering the information and then they capture entire network. So if you are going to use a deception, this deception is basically going to help you to identify the ransomware attack during the initial access. Means once the attack is going to be happen, right? They liquidate them, they understand them, and they can report them. This PC has been infected. And once they understand this PC has been infected, they immediately isolate this PC from network. So the lateral movement is going to be stopped here. Let's suppose some region it is not understand by this machine and it's moved to this one. This might be no, like I'm like it, this PC is not going to understand, but this deception is going to understand this PC has been compromised. So it is going to stop right away and isolate from network. So another network is not going to be like infected. So that's why this is going to be detected in the initial stage, and once it is going to detect this, they are going to kill the chain. Ransomware chain means they cannot do the lateral movement even. And this is the decoy. Decoy is going to be deployed inside of the every network devices. What is decoy then, right? And why this decoy is very powerful. So I'll explain what is decoy, but this is one of the thing which is going to basically help you to just mitigate any kind of the problem, right? So decoy are just needed for the disruptions, right? So when any attack is going to happen, Zscaler deception like just deploy the decoys, right? And it is just going to use as a fake user or fake information. Like you just think about it, it's like I'm a PC, right? And let's suppose this is my PC, and in this PC I have some file and I created fake username and password, right? I just created fake username and password. Like ABC is my username and password is XYZ. This is a fake. It's not legitimate. Understand? But this who understand? Not my PC going to understand. Not ransomware attacker is going to understand. He thought, hey, I'm just find the credential and let me try to log in by using these credentials, right? But he is going to be in trap. He is once he touch this like false credentials, then he is going to be lured, right, by decoy. Decoy is going to be understand, hey, someone is touching this credential, that means he is not legitimate user. and he is going to capture you, right? So basically, decoy is just going to lure the attackers, and when they're going to lure the attackers by putting the false credentials, right, false informations, and then they are going to report it. They are going to kill them, right? Because it's a false positive, something is not legitimate, right? And this is how it is going to be processed. This is a decoy. We'll discuss more about it, right? So this the entire terminologies are going to be discussed here, and we'll understand about it. So if I moving the next, right? So you can see only vendor offering the private trust intelligence. This is a Zscaler, that is deception defense. Zscaler this is some defense. No other vendor is offering this particular solution. So you can see this again talking about a decoy, right? So this decoy word is going to be hero around this all station, right? So it's a programmatic approach to de-risking the attack surface, right? Detecting the lateral movement, stopping the high risk human operated attack. How it is going to happen? So decoy servers is going means decoy is going to be available everywhere. It's a server, it's application, it's a database, it's network devices, and even anything is going to happen around it. This Zscaler deception is going to be understand, and they're going to cut short, and they're going to stop them. Decoy plays across the your network environment, detect and slow down the ransomware every stage, or kill them chain, limit the blast radius. This is a disrupt ransomware. Decoy is everywhere. So decoy is just a fake identity. Is going to be a fake, some kind of like you just think about something is going to be give some kind of the uh, false information, and by using those false information you are going to entrap, right? Like they are going to put the false password, decoy password, that's a false password, some decoy cookies, the decoy sessions, decoy bookmark, decoy applications to detect the compromised user. So these are all are going to be fake, because this is designed to lure the attackers. It's all fake, because this is the way. Password is one of the way. By using this password, attackers are going to attack in your systems. The cookies are the way, session are the way, bookmarks are the way. So those every places where the compromise is possible, they are going to deploy the decoys. And decoy having that much information, so anything is going to touch inside of decoy, it is going to lure them, it is going to capture them, it is going to report them, it is going to kill them, right? So you can see identify, use the stolen credentials. Decoy web apps resembling the vulnerable test web application and remote access services like the VPN intercept the attacker, right? Using the stolen credential to log in. So you probably going to get the credential based on the decoy, what the fake information they have given. And once you are going to trap, you are going to be like kill. So you can see here 360 targeted threat deception. See, this is your decoy. See, everywhere decoy is going to be there, right? So you are going to be capture, even you are the servers, you are the zero trust exchange, anywhere like disk your attack surface, detect threat that matter faster, right? Decoy is again here. Contain the threat real time, and this is like actively detect and counter attackers measures. So this is all about the Zscaler disruptions, right? Probably we are going to understand it more when I just explain their decoy interface, how it is going to look like. Like similar to GIA tenant and GPA tenant, we having a decoy interface, right? So like a Zscaler deception, and where we can configure this decoy everything, and we can just define everything, and by just implementing this Zscaler deception, right? You are going to get these features, right? Threat intel deceptions, endpoint deceptions, cloud deception, threat parse, application deceptions, active directory deceptions, golden image supports, and mirage maker. So these are the all things we are going to get as a features when we are going to be like deploy the Zscaler deception. So everywhere you can see decoy is going to be play a very vital role. Even the threat intel deception, internet facing decoy that going to be applied, and they are going to be save your, like, any kind of attack is going to happen from there, right? They will strictly detect the pre-breach threats that are specifically targeting to your organizations. That is for the internet, right? Any facing, if you're having any kind of communication, that is going to be supported. Endpoint, like your end machines, right? So again, endpoints include decoy files, right? It is going to include the your endpoints. Just hold on. So basically, cloud deception, endpoint deceptions, everywhere, like there is a decoy, and this decoy is going to help to achieve all the Zscaler deception, right? So I hope this concept is very useful. At least you understand what is the Zscaler deception, right? And why it is very useful for us. Most important things like about this decoy, it is like attacker doesn't have the idea what is a real and what is a fake, right? So this is the fun part about a decoy, right? So when attackers come in a network, they never going to understand is it real or fake. So when attacker break into your environment, they have no idea what is real and what is fake, and decoy turn into the trip. Wires that alert you, right? Where someone is trying to do something malicious stuff with you, right? So this decoy, again, I'm just explaining you what are decoys. So these decoys are resemble legitimate IT assets in your environment to intercept advanced attacker when they attempt to use stolen credentials. Like they might be get somewhere's credentials from the compromised users, or might be the fake credential, or they are trying to move laterally once they are inside the network, right? So decoy is nothing. Decoy can be fake document, decoy can be fake credentials, can be fake application which is going to lure on the endpoints. You can also have decoy workstations. You can deploy a decoy as a workstation, means there's no user, no person is using that particular workstation, any laptop, any desktop. But if there is a decoy, you deploy as a workstation. Even server can be deployed as a decoy, and hacker or attacker doesn't have any idea, right? And those are going to be, land there, and they are going to be captured. Even decoy can be used in active directory. Understand? So every even they are going to use like the VPNs, email, dev portals, anything, even the SOC, telemetry, study data, whatever sending, that decoy is going to be there, or data. So anything is going to be malicious there, they are going to be easily understand. So decoy is everywhere, and they are going to support like your network. So I hope this session is very useful for you all, and you understand at least what is Zscaler deception and why it is going to be used. So at least someone is going to ask you what is Zscaler deception. So you just have to understand it's all about the protecting your network from any sophisticated new type of attacks. And just by using the some decoy methods where your fake credential, fake application, fake VPN, and fake kind of the documents are going to be lure those attackers, and they're going to report that. That's all. Thank you so much for time for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.